right, guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, keep on doing that great stuff because it really and truly push the channel behind. All right. Yes. So as you saw by the title, we are going to be talking about what percentage of a chance Jamaica has to actually win the Gold Cup. That comes down to quality of the opponent, right? Quality of your team, your coach's quality, and also time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go through the groups, the brackets straight towards the finals, and then we're going to go through the squads overall. So you're going to learn how strong each teams are, and then after that we can get into Jamaica's thing, and then we're going to open the panel so others could come in. This video won't be passing over maybe close to 2 hours. That's the max we can do. Yes, so make sure you leave your thoughts in the comment section once the video finishes. Let me start with just beginning up who we saw in the chat. Sheridan, massive respect, thanks for being here. Man of Valor, thanks for being here. Demarks, big up yourself, thanks for being here. And Sheridan says mobile crack up and running. Hope you guys are hearing me well. Hope you guys are hearing me well. All right. Warren Webster and our brother D Madrid, thanks very much for being here, everyone. Let me start with the actual information at hand then. All right, so this is what we have at this point. So group stage, the group stage, United States, that's group A, United States, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Saint Kitts and Nevis. Those are the 4 teams that will be in Jamaica's group. So let me move on to the next group. Group B will consist of Mexico, Haiti, Honduras, and Qatar. Qatar is one of the invited nations, or the invited nation in the tournament. So that's for Group B. All right. Group C, Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, and Martinique. All right. So Martinique went through, defeated Puerto Rico after Puerto Rico defeated Suriname. All right, so let me continue. And then Group D, you have Canada, Guatemala, Cuba, and then you have Guadeloupe. So Guadeloupe made it to this point. All right, Guadeloupe made it to this point. Yes, so that is the group. So you have 4 groups in total. All right, and you should know how the groups go. But if you don't know, let me just go right here and give it to you before we move over to the entire thing. So Group D, all right, so for quarterfinals, this is how quarterfinals will set up. Winners of Group D will take on runners-up of Group A. Remember, it's 2 teams goes through, all right? So winners of Group D will take on runners-up of Group A. Winners of Group B will take on runners-up of Group C. Winners of Group A will take on runners-up of Group D. Winners of Group C will take on runners-up of Group B. So that's how it's going to go at this point. And as you know, the bracket will set for the semifinals. Group A winners, and Group B winners, and Group C runners-up, and Group A runners-up will be battling on one bracket, and then the opposite will be on the next bracket. All right, so at this point, let me explain to you how it could go. So for Group D, which I just talked about, let me show you who is in Group D. All right, Group D would be Canada, Guatemala, Cuba, and Guadeloupe. All right, so if at this point, so for Jamaica is in Group A. So if Jamaica become the runners up, they would be in bracket 1. If they are the winner, they will be in bracket 2. So if they do come second, they would have to face Canada, as Canada would be considered as the favorite for Group D. So that's the difference between finishing first and second in Group A. All right, just trying to show you guys. All right, we finish off that now. We are going to come back to it, but let me go right here, which is the squads. So let me go through to the squads. All right, yes. And Dima J says, we should make it out the group. All right. Thanks very much. Suriname lose. Oh, me not hear about that. Because you weren't listening. No, they don't qualify for the Gold Cup. You weren't listening. We are going to have a show later on the Imaxit channel. It's because of personal issues why we never did the stream. None at all. Vinny, Conga, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Island Cart, bless up yourself. Thanks for being here. Big up JD. Do you have confidence in this? But I'm trying to name out everything before we get to it. I have not given my take on anything. So the longer I do take on it, it's the longer you're gonna take to hear what I have to say. Decent team, still missing a few pieces. All right. Bless up yourself, Ishmael, and also Ames. Massive respect. Yes. Let me continue with what we have here now. So these are the rosters for all the teams. We are going to go through the rosters. So we start with Canada because a lot of people wanted to know about Canada before they decide how they think it's going to go. All right. So we're going to try and give you the Canadian roster. So we go through it. All right. The Canadian roster. We have Dean Sinclair. Okay, let me make sure I can get it right here. All right, Dean Sinclair. Zachary Gillard, Adekubo, which is Samuel Adekubo. Okay, we can yeah, come on names. So let me go. Kamal Miller. So Adekubo is as a good player. Kamal Miller, the same. Stephen Vitora, which is he's the one of the old players on their team. So he's the experienced personnel. Very good player, just the same. Dominique Zata. Stephen Eustachio, one of the best deep line midfielders in the Concacaf period. All right. David Waterspoon, Lucas Cavallini, Junior Eilert, Liam Miller, Victor Lotori, Jacob, Moise Bombito, Zach McGrath, Tom McGill, Milan Bojan, Charles Brahim, Ali Hamed, Jonathan Osorio, Richie Laurier, Josh Kennedy. So that is the Canadian list. All right. So let me know if you guys are okay with the Canadian list. Let me know what you think about the Canadian list. All right. I think it's okay. All the big names that you know, which is the forward presence, like the Jonathan David, the Alphonso David, the Kyle Lauren, they are not on it. But I think their defense is stuck, their goalkeeping pool is stuck, their midfield is still as good, and their forward line could be stronger because obviously those are two of the best forwards in CONCACAF period. So I would not say they are at their strongest, but they're still strong enough. Just the same, they're stronger than the 2021 team. They're stronger than the 2021 team for me. All right, that's on me still. All right, because some of these players, like Kamal Miller and those players, they have actually gotten better. All right, or maybe some people would say no, but let me know in the comment section. What you took a break for 2 days, Drew Ross. My thing is, I don't want to. I think I'm here for a reason. All right, and if I don't have that reason, I won't turn up. You get me? Yes, so I never had nothing to put out that can be a constructive help towards the actual Reggae Boyz. So I never came out here. You get me? I don't want to be in and around the drama so much. You get me? I've done my list out and everything, and now we have gotten more information, so we're available. So I only go with that, and I think that is perfectly fine when we work it that way. All right? Yes. Bless up South Cry. How you doing, man? The big attackers not there, but El Strong. Okay. Football Global, massive respect. Then we have set. Canada has a terrible backline. Midfield is okay with Eustachio, and the front line is garbage. So he doesn't respect the front line, and he doesn't respect the team. So if Canada turns out to win the competition, you should not be coming on YouTube telling people that United States second team is good set. All right. Look like Mexico have their strong team. Well, hold on, a big boss. I'm going through the eating, man. All right. I'm not gonna read the comments until I go through everything. All right. Yes, because it makes no sense for me to read it out and then people already talking about something else. All right. So Costa Rica, Costa Rica, Delgado, Carlos Martinez, Juan Vargas, um, Kesha Fuller, Celso Borges, Pablo Arbon, Antonio Cantereras, Josimar Alcacer, Diego Campos, Christopher Nunes, Aaron Suarez, Joel Campbell, Zoniga, Ricardo Pena, Francisco Calvo, Madrigal, Carlos Moda, Kevin Chamorro, Kendall Watson, Wilma, Ron Wilson, Valverde, and Lescano. So that is for Costa Rica. El Salvador, I'm gonna skip that. Haiti, gonna skip that for now. All right. Mexico, yes, so Mexico is the next team. Antonio Rodriguez, Arroyo, Julian Arroyo, Cesar Montes, Edson Alvarez, Juan Vasquez, Gerardo Arteaga, Luis Romo, Carlos Rodriguez, Areda, Oziel Areda, Alexis Vega, Santiago Jimenez, Angel Malagan, Ochoa, Eric Sanchez, Uriel Antuna, Cardova, Pineda, Luis Chavez, George Sanchez, Henry Martin, Israel Reyes, Guzman, and Gallardo. So that is the Mexican team. All right. So we have a look through all of them. And the United States team, I think it should stay the same way. If any additions, we will go through it soon. All right. Because I have to just lay it out because you have people when they come in, they're going to talk about something else. So I have to just make sure I can run the show fast enough then. That is east in the show, but it is what it is. I will just continue doing it. All right. All right. Let me a second, guys. Let me just share these contents for you. All right. So for the persons that want information, I have to share it in the Discord. So just give me a second. Let me do that for you. Okay. And if you just come, I shouldn't be asking you to hit the like button. I think that should be not mandatory for you. All right, because that should be the first thing you do when you come in. All right. Yeah. All right. So let me continue back with the conversation. Let me just take the chat for all right. Morning, and Damian McGregor, massive respect. Thanks for being here. Mexico list is good. All right. Yes, so Mexico list is good. And I'm gonna just drop the link so people can just come on, all right? So let me just drop the link so people can just come on, and I just change up the overall way I was going to do the video. All right, so that is right there, people. So you can come on if you want. All right, yeah. So let me just continue right here. Bless up Africans, thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right, let me just continue right here. So based on what I have right here, the strongest teams, naturally. Big up yourself, Mr. United. Mackenzie, bless up as well. Then we have Deco, 2K, massive respect. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so let me just move with what we have. The strongest teams so far, United States, Mexico, Canada. Better what nation? Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Jamaica. Costa Rica is still good in terms of that. For coaches now, Costa Rica, Jamaica, United States coach proved that he's still good enough to do something. All right, because he just won the Nations League, playing some of the best football you could possibly get. So he's in it as well. El Salvador coach is okay. Mexico at this point, Mexico, you don't know what Mexico coach is like because they said the coach got fired. All right, so the time that they got with the same squad, I would put Costa Rica. I got enough time because they played in the Nations League. United States got enough time. No, United States, I would say yes, because some of their players came back from last Gold Cup. All right. So for people that says that, oh, it's a new squad. No, it's not necessarily a new squad. Some of them came back from the last Gold Cup that they played the entire Gold Cup together. All right. Yes. And some of them still came over from the actual team. So Robinson and those guys played consistently in the United States team. So I still put them in there. Mexico team is chemistry. They don't have a chemistry issue because they have always had the same listing. All right, they have always had the same listing, so they are in it. They are in it as well. Jamaica loses when it comes on to the chemistry, but the coach's quality, the players' quality, I would still put them in it. All right. Yes, because what I'm doing here, guys, I'm just evaluating everything to come to the final answer, which is how much of a chance Jamaica have to win this entire thing. All right, yes. So I can't put it up on the screen, so I have to just keep on going through it. El Padrino, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right, yeah, man. So based on that, based on all three things, I still believe that Jamaica is up there with everyone else because United States, they have familiarity, which improves chemistry. The players' quality is not as high as Jamaica, but they still have quality in their players comparable to the others. They are still in the top 5 best teams there comparable to others. All right, so they do tick it on players' quality. They tick it on coaches' quality because the coach is the most recent winner of something. All right, so they tick it on that. And then the familiarity, which is the chemistry, they tick it on that box as well. So United States coming into this tournament, yes, they could be astronomically stronger. That is true, but they still tick it on all boxes. So United States won't be a walkover. So United States is one of the favorites, hands down. They are one of the favorites, hands down, right? So stop that right there. Then we move on to Costa Rica. Costa Rica, they have chemistry. Their players' quality is still there. They still have quality, players' quality. Yes, so they still have quality in the players' quality. All right. Yes, it's up there in the top 5, just the same. All right. Maybe not the highest. I think they will be equal or maybe are a little bit below United States because they brought in a few of the pieces, but they are a little bit below. And they have chemistry, so they have every single thing, so they have covered all the bases as well. So of course Costa Rica will be considered one of the favorites as well because they covered all of the bases. Now Mexico coach side and tactics non-existent because they don't have their coach, right? But chemistry, they have 100% chemistry, and players quality, they have one of the best squads as well in the tournament. So that would put them right up there as well. All right, as one of the top favorites because they have one of the toughest squads there. Period. So they dropped off on the coach's side, but their chemistry and also the players' quality boost them up to keep them with the rest. All right, let me know if you agree with that. All right. Then we have Jamaica now. Jamaica players' quality. I think Jamaica is up there with everybody as well. Chemistry, I don't think they have enough chemistry based on the amount of new players they brought in. Because John Russell, one time he played for Jamaica with the team that they're going with. Latibeaudiere never played with the team that they're going with. Just some of them he played with, and he's not familiar with the region as well. What's his name again? Dishan Bernard, the same thing. Lembikisa, still young towards the region and stuff. And then you have we brought in Amari'i Bell, still young, just the same. So that is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then now you're bringing back Kemar Lawrence, Kevin Lambert, and the coach's system is fairly new to some of them as well. So that will take down Jamaica favorite pool to maybe equal as Mexico and those guys that does not have a coach, because they have the quality and they have the chemistry right throughout the squad. All right, so that is how I would have factored it in. So let me know what say you. All right, let me know what say you on that basis. The next time, what I would do a shorter version video, so I just get straight through it and just leave the video as it is right there. All right, so I could get all the brackets and everything. All right, yes. So this one is a live stream, so I will give everyone their opportunity to get involved. So I'm gonna pin the link so people can come on and say their piece. I talked to Marlon before, so maybe Marlon will join, and if others want to join, they could. All right, yes. So let me make sure I can pin this thing. All right, so the link is pinned. All right, yes. Let me go through the grouping as well. Let me go through the grouping now. Let me go through the grouping now and look at how it would have matched up properly, like how we went through everything. And let me take the comments now. On paper, Jamaica should do very good. Yes, but based off the breakdown and everything, Jamaica should do very good. All right. Sean Johnson, Miles Robinson, Zimmerman, and Long are all experienced for USA. But we have said that. We have said that. We have said that. We have said that. And that's what I'm saying. And remember, you have to let me change this because Jason does not have his camera on. So let me just, you don't have to. You don't have to. I'm just gonna change the layout. So yes, they are coming in with extra experience, but remember you have the region as well, and they have the coaching as well. So United States is equally up there with everyone else, because everyone else short of something, and United States got everything. They have the quality to base with everyone in the region. They have the coach that's just coming off a eye, and they do have experience and familiarity there to boost their chemistry. So I think United States still going in with as favorites just the same, and they are the running favorite, the running champion. So they don't want to really relinquish their title as fast as how most would say. So let me bring in Jason. Good afternoon, Mr. Jason. How are you doing?
Yes, JD. Afternoon, morning, and afternoon to all the viewers. Yeah, I like how you're breaking it down, trying to factor in all the different things at play. I think when you do that, you know, the top teams might consider themselves pretty even, because Mexico has the strongest squad on paper,
Yes,
but they have the weirdest situation as far as the coach, so that maybe knock them down a little bit. The USA, I think they have 8 players coming back from the last Gold Cup, so that they'll have some continuity there. And even though BJ was with the Nations League squad, I did confirm that the training camp for the Gold Cup has been going basically since the first. So they have been in training for a few weeks together. So that will bring them up a little bit, even though they don't have their strongest team. Then when you look at Canada, I think the defense, the keepers, the midfield is pretty much the top players, and they gave their mainline front attackers the rest. So that brings them down a little notch. So when you look at it that way, you know, the big guns all have something going on that could say they might level the playing field a little more. So yeah, you know, I think that the teams that are like right around that top tier would consider this as an opportunity to try to get closer to a trophy in CONCACAF, because obviously USA and Mexico have a monopoly on it. But due to what they have going on in their respective camps, I think that other teams can feel a little bit more, you know, optimistic about their chances going into the Gold Cup this time.
All right. So what we're gonna do? Bless up Damian Burke. He said, I bet if Low and Pinnock are there, then the defense will be, if are not there, the defense will be shaky. I think you're not respecting the quality of the players that came in. I think if they're not there, um, even if Pinnock is not there, you can still see a quality performance from the defensive showing as well. I think the personals that remember, guys, we have to understand, Pinnock is an over the top defender for Concacaf, because Pinnock is one of the best quality defenders in the world. Concacaf is not necessarily the best league in best region in the world. You get me? Damian Lowe, I think Damian Lowe adds experience, but Damian Lowe is not better than some of the other defenders that are available now. We have to be honest to ourselves. But obviously, he adds experience, and experience with everything helps. That is true. But if both of them missing, yes, it's gonna dig big. But you have Bernard coming in. Bernard is a quality defender. You get me? Quality defender. Lembikisa, you mean Latibeaudiere is a quality defender as well. All right, and you saw that to some extent, Maps can still contribute something to it. Amari'i Bell can still play as a centre back as well. So, and you have Javian Brown can play as a centre back. Taxi can play as a centre back. So I would not jump to say that he's going to be significantly weaker. It comes down to the coach, and obviously we talk about the quality of players. Quality of players actually helps the coach system because they can adapt faster. You understand me? So if you have players that are better than some of our players that you're talking about, that will be missed. You never may know how fast they could adapt. They have already played 2 games, so they possibly could adapt even faster. So don't be surprised you don't see Pinnock or Damian Lowe, and you see a display that you never saw in the Jamaican team under Al Grimson. Pinnock barely played for Jamaica under Al Grimson, to be honest. So really and truly, you could still see something good just the same. So I think the evaluation of because 2 players not there, it's going to be significantly poor, might just be over the top, because you have to look at the competition as well. You understand me? It's not like they're going up against everybody's strong team. You understand me? Most of the forwards that they're going to go up against is not. Look, the difference we're going to go up against now, we have Ricardo Pepe, Pulisic, Tim Way, my boy that in France, what is his name? Jason, your baller that comes from Arsenal, Balogun. Then then we have Jonathan David, Alphonso David, Skylarin, Buchanan over there. Then you have Jimenez, and more. It's not the same quality of forwards. So you have to put everything in context and prove that you can still see a Jamaican defensive line perform well. But that still could mean they are not as good as Pinnock, just the same, because they did not get the ultimate test that what Pinnock get in the Mexico game or something. I understand what you're saying, but give them an opportunity. Give them an opportunity to prove themselves. People, you have to put everything in context as well. Bless up yourself, Siobhan, massive respect. Chris Smith, big up yourself, massive respect. Who I take the bet? Burke played well, you know. Burke played well, you know. Damian Burke. Burke played well before. It's just how Jamaicans evaluate football, because you have pressing stats in coaching, and if a man is one of the best presser for the team, it's hard for you to say he's not doing his job, because you don't know what the coach sent you out there for. You understand me? And if he's pressing and you can see that he's pressing well, and you're saying that, oh, he should not score in the goal and he can't score in the goal. Football pass to education. And that's why we have to make sure the way how we talk, because sometimes it's like we are picking players off emotions, and we are picking people off we are just picking and talking off emotions rather than the education of football. So the other day we have a 4-4-1-1, not a 4-4-2. Jason, you hear me, Jason?
Yeah, man, I can hear you.
Yeah, you hear me, see me, because my phone run off. Yeah. Give your take on the previous statement, Jason. Let me just call back that person. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it's yeah. So you were basically touching on like the fact that players if we don't have the two main players in defense, we can still do a job. I would tend to agree with you there. I think there's enough cover
Yes,
in
that's
certain
what I was saying.
positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's enough cover in certain positions, especially around the back with the new additions that we could definitely get through the first game if those guys weren't available. Obviously, when we get into the meaty part of the competition, we'd want to have everybody available. But I think that the fact that the players that might be starting have been with the coach is something that's a good thing. They have had the extra time that we would have wanted all the players to get. Um, so if I don't think it would be ideal, but I also don't think it would be the end of the world if both Pinnock and Lowe couldn't play. Um, it does look like by all accounts that Lowe should be okay for Saturday. So I think we can be okay with that part of it. But Ethan Pinnock, I heard that he could be arriving sooner than we think, but I don't have any kind of proof of that, so I don't want to get my hopes up yet. But obviously, everybody will be being detectives today on the Instagrams and the different sites, trying to make sure that we can see who has joined up. But I think the whole complement of the squad, besides Pinnock, is there at this point.
I'll-
Um, and we should be okay. But I tend to agree with you, JD. I think obviously it wouldn't be ideal, but I think we'd be able to get by without, even if Pinnock and Lowe didn't play, because the part about the team that we're worried about, which is the chemistry, has been built up with the other players who would be stepping in. So I think we can be okay if we look at it that way. Yeah, people. So while
Sorry about
JD are
that.
dealing
Sorry,
with the
sorry,
phone
sorry,
call,
sorry, sorry about that, big guy. Sorry about that. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry
man,
about
you're
that.
good, man. You're good, man.
Yeah.
Are the
Bless up.
people are the people on the other line? I'm sorry for still.
Yeah, man. Um. Big up yourself, Roland and Henry. Massive respect. Remember, one time Pinnock never good and to the Jamaicans fans. Yes, but that's what I'm saying. So evaluation of football is different, because I think and that's why that's why sometimes I don't even try to go into certain things. I just keep what I have and just move on. But the way you evaluate football is a little bit too emotional majority of the time. Lee says, JD, if my understanding is correct, your absence was caused by the lack of content for the show, but the defeat of Suriname could serve as sufficient material for it. Lee, the Suriname and should have been a part of the Concacaf Council, and it is a part of the Concacaf Council. But one of the members had a serious issue going on, and I have to be respectful to them, and I did not put it on. You understand me? Because sometimes you have to be more empathetic, and caring, a lot more. So that's why I never did it. So for people's entertainment, I am not going to just start a show because I don't come on YouTube for money. You understand me? So I respect my people and just the same. All right, massive respect. Yeah, let me move on. Let me move on with thing, Jason. So
Yeah, man.
let me get right here. So for Jamaica, Jamaica, United States, Trinidad and Saint Kitts and Nevis. What you said, what you saw from them, and who you think coming out of this one?
All right. Well, I got a chance to watch both the Saint Kitts games in the preliminary, and I think that Saint Kitts is a fighting team. They definitely leave it all on the pitch when they're playing. I think that they have a decent goalkeeper that made a few brilliant saves for them in the competition. Got through two penalty shootouts and one. Um, but I think when you look at the overall team, I think that they definitely gave up quite a few opportunities to their opponents. As I said, they had a good goalkeeper, and from some
Off
poor
the
finishing.
press, like via pressing, you thought that they gave up opportunities?
Yes, I think that in a way, their aggression as a team kind of goes against them because they do happen to chase the ball a lot. So especially in that second encounter with French Guyana there, I felt that, they were, sometimes they would get through with their press, but other times they were passed through. And I think once you pass through that initial press, it's quite easy to get an opportunity off on them. Easier than the coach would like, I would think. And I think with a little bit better quality opponent, they would struggle to keep the score down as much as they could in the preliminaries. So I think that, if you keep them around in the game, they can be dangerous because they do have some speed in the attack. They have a pacey, tricky winger, number 7. I think his name is Tikwani Williams or something like that. He looked like a dangerous player coming off the right. And they have a few players that they recruited from the lower leagues in England as well. And of course, Romain Sawyers, who has Premier League experience now in the Championship, is the heart of their midfield. So they have some decent quality. I do think that this group, especially the bigger guns in this group, might be a bit much for them. Then moving on to Trinidad, I think that Trinidad did some heavy recruiting coming into this tournament. The team looks very different from the 2 teams we saw play Jamaica in Jamaica. I see they got their guy from the Greek Super League in, Levi Garcia, and others. I think the young guy, Overy, is one to watch as well. I think he has a lot of talent. So I think, they will be formidable, and I'm interested to see how Angus Eve approaches these games because he will be looking at it as an opportunity, I'm sure, because he sees the group and he sees Jamaica, Saint Kitts, and the USA, and he's saying, boy, we can maybe squeak out this second place in this group if we stick to our task. So, Angus Eve is a coach that I think is pretty decent tactically, and I'm just looking forward to that battle with Halgrimson. I know Angus Eve is a guy that makes you have a little laugh every time you hear him because I think
a good guy, man. Good guy.
He's a master of the mind games, I think. So, we have to watch out for that leading up to that Jamaica game, all of his statements that he's going to make, because I'm sure he has some stuff up his sleeve. And then as far as Jamaica and the USA, obviously they would count themselves as favorites. And I think when you look at how this group will play out, I think the first day will be very important because if you look at it, a scenario where, let's say Trinidad beat Saint Kitts on the first day, right? And then we turn around and don't get a result against the USA.
Lord!
And then we play Trinidad, and we play Trinidad in that second game. So just imagine going into that game, we have lost. Trinidad has 3 points.
Yes, and they can afford a draw. They can afford a draw. Yes.
I'm telling you. So look, there's a lot of ways this can play out, and I think when you look at the fixtures, I'm sure the coach will be saying to his team, listen, I know it's the USA in this first game, but we really need to get some points on the board after this game.
So you brought me to the point, but let me run through the comment section. Yeah, people, as you come in, remember, smash the like button. We still aim for 200 likes. It's early, but if you're here and the button is right there, it takes nothing to hit like button. Definitely subscribe as well. That is very much important for the channel. The growth of the channel is very much important. So definitely subscribe. All of those things are free. And we ain't bothering you aside from that. All right, yeah, man. So where we want to lead it. Let me take the comments then first before we get into it, because Jason now get away, he talked about a scenario, which is highly likely, So I want to see if he's going to jump off the deep end or he's going to say it with his chest. All right. Bless up Owen. Thanks for being here. Kwani, big up yourself. Massive respect. Lee says, I am worried about midfield. All right. Dockland says, good morning, taxi driver. JD. No, it's not a taxi. It is just my normal car. TNT played Guatemala in a pre-camp. And they are looking good. We saw them. Martin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. All right. Massive respect. Saint Kitts should be an easy 3 points. All right. Nothing not easy, Remember, team learn and how they learn to nullify teams and stuff. But we want to get into the next part. Yes. Big up everyone that's joining in. Massive respect. Sham 6 and O'Neill Reed, big up yourself, all right? Nobody's sleeping on Trinidad. That's why we're gonna start this part now. This is gonna be spicy. So knowing how the schedule starts, which is United States versus Jamaica, Trinidad versus Saint Kitts. Soulcry, we will get right to that. It's possible that we don't lose a game. It is possible. It's possible that we don't lose a game, and it's possible we don't come out of the group either. Because that's what we're looking at now, because reality is reality. And look, for instance, Jamaica have the best squad, one of the best coaches, and definitely lacking chemistry going in. So if we lose to United States, the chance for we to go through drop to around 35%. If results go to Trinidad's way, it drops to around 35% if we lose to the United States. But anyways, before we get to your comment, and let me go through it, Jason and people in the chat, give me your takes. Who coming out of Group A? Jamaica, United States, Trinidad, and Saint Kitts. Knowing how it's structured, let me know.
I have Jamaica and the US coming out of the group.
With the schedule?
With the schedule, yes. I think you know it will be a bit of panic time if the results go how I had initially said. Like if Trinidad were to beat Saint Kitts and we somehow could not get a point versus the US. I still feel like we'd be able to rally back and get a positive result versus Trinidad. And, you know, if it comes down to the last game of the group where Trinidad would face the US and we would face Saint Kitts, I also would like our chances as well. So I think, look, obviously, ideally, we wouldn't want to lose the first game and Trinidad to win the first game. But I think if that happens based on the fixtures left, I still feel like we would be able to get through. I do worry. I do worry about Trinidad's ability to just kill the game off in the second game if they just know that a draw is good for them. But I have hope in that the last game they were to play would be against the US, who hopefully kind of need some points to cement first place, because you have to look at the bracket after this, JD. I know the US does not want to finish second, because that would mean if Mexico wins their group, they would play Mexico, I believe, in the next round.
Yeah, but United States United States have last, Jason?
United States will be playing Trinidad last. So if they beat Jamaica and beat Saint Kitts by 5 or 6, they know that Jamaica can't beat the next team 5 or 6. You understand me? Okay. So you're saying if the US go in with a
if we can't lose the first game, Jason, we have to either draw the game. Yes.
They're gonna play the people in son in the last game, and
yes. If we actually lose to United States, I think we should be looking at least a draw, but must not lose game. That's what you're not looking at, Jason.
Okay. If you're saying if we can keep it to a 1 point, USA don't have the opportunity in the last game to
because remember they always go for we are going for a tournament, so we're not gonna trade out all our players them. So if we get the first 3 points them, we are going to rotate that squad, because we are going for the long haul, and that's what they did the last time as well. So
that's why I like these conversations, because you see the whole last game don't need points thing. Not even did I factor that in enough. So yes, very, very true.
If United States beat Jamaica, I am telling you, Jamaica have a strong chance of not them coming out of that group, because that means we are going into the Trinidad game and they know that they don't have to win the game, because that's the psychological problem. They are coming for a draw as well, but a win would have been balanced for them, and then they can go into the final game as well. To cement themselves, so they don't want to lose, and they know that Jamaica, if they get the draw against Jamaica, Jamaica only can maximum finish on 4 points as well. So it would have been what they do in the first game. So they would want to go into the Guatemala game trying to win it as big as possible. Yeah, the Saint Kitts game trying to win it as big as possible. If they get 3 goal over Saint Kitts, which I think is going to be tough for them. It's going to be tough, Jason. We have to watch how much they score on that team.
Yeah.
And hopefully we don't lose that game against United States.
Yeah, my hope is, as I said, the Saint Kitts team just have a lot of fight, and even though they gave up on numerous amount of chances and stuff, they were able to thwart a lot of the opponent's attacks, and the goalkeeper, had a blinder in the tournament. So I'm hoping his form can continue for every game except ours. and we won't say any 5 and 6 and 7-0, but it's definitely a possibility, because I could see, especially in the second game that they won in penalties, the other team created like 7 or 8 good chances, and they only were able to score 1. So, I'm just hoping that Saint Kitts can keep the scores down, because, as you say, when it comes to those final games of the round, if the team is safely in first place, yes, they're going to make the wholesale changes, and that won't be good for us.
All right. So before we bring in Marlon, big up yourself, everyone. As you come in, please do smash the like button. Wilbert said, "Bless up, JD. I am still concerned about the midfield. Right now, I'm concerned about the entire team. When I'm looking at everything, because now I'm looking at the fixtures. If we lose the first game, we're in big trouble. Yes. That's what I'm realizing. You get me? Because this, unless we're thinking that Trinidad is no team, and one thing I know about Trinidad, they are coming out to fight. Fabian Full says Jamaica first, United States second. If Jamaica win the first game, it's possible we could win it. Kevin Facey said, good afternoon, JD. The hype starts. Jamaica and the United States advancing. That's what everybody thinks, including myself. All right, Jamaica top in the group. All right, so we need goal difference. All right, I think if we lose, it's coming down to goal difference. I just don't know why I have that feeling. Dorian, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. JD, on paper, it should be the USA and Jamaica, but in reality, I don't know what will happen. United States fans in Chicago alone are going to make Jamaica nervous. No, man, I think we're not going to be nervous. JD, you just forward live when you feel like. What going for yesterday? Mr. Williams, it don't work like me. It don't work for me like that. Mr. Williams, if I have the content, I will come on. I'm not mandated to come on every single day. I can't make up stories to build a live stream. You understand me? So, don't ramp with me. All right? Yeah, man. Anyways, let me continue. I'm not going to make Mr. Williams make me have a find him and give him a whole heap of thump in his face. You understand me? Yes. So go ahead, Marlon. Oh, go on. Go on, Marlon. How the one Mr. Williams are going with?
Wow, what? Once you come here to this, you do content what I feel like. People, until I say people are see for yesterday.
But people remember it's like my birthday week, the 28th is my birthday, and the problem with you guys don't understand, me have to deal with kid, work, and also YouTube, and then after, because it's going to be Jamaican week, everybody giving me appointments for me to do videos with them. So I have to make sure I take enough rest. So I'm working overtime for the entire weekend. So you guys don't understand. You understand me? Yeah, man. Yeah, go again, Marlon.
Big yourself, Jason. Yeah, man. I'm Jason. The good thing about the Saint Kitts team, I think, they create a lot of chance. Right?
Their games were very open. Yeah, and they did create chances. That is
true.
Create chances. They were as wasteful as their opponents. Yes.
They create chances. So even though Curacao outplayed them, they had a lot of open against Curacao. What's his name again? Terrell. Miss a couple sitters. The big man hasn't fired yet. Freeman. He hasn't scored a goal, or he hasn't done much. It seemed like he was injured. I was checking to find out from a family member of him if he's okay. 2 games I haven't seen him firing, but what I like about them, and it's just sad that the other players in England they could have got they're not there, But the coaches, as I said, they're playing as a team. Try to be disciplined. And the thing about it, because these games were one-half game, you know, you need a result in it. I think playing in the competition, they can set up differently, play on the counter. Because I think Romain Sayers can make anyone in midfields right now. Sayers could play in USA midfield, can play in Jamaica midfield. Right? Player who came up with West Brom. So he has experience in the Premiership and playing in the Championship level as well. So not the most flashy player, but a player who can hold his own. So I think if Williams and a couple of young players were there, there was a guy that was playing in Mexico. Surprised he wasn't a part of their squad. But as I said, the opponents have it. They said have it for Jamaica and US to advance. Personally, when I was watching something yesterday, somebody was saying that when you look at the teams there, with the quality players that Jamaica have, even on ESPN, they were showing that Jamaica has 5 Premier League players, MLS proven players in Blake and Taxi, right? So
and the 5 Premier League players should maybe go up because Lembikisa is a Premier League player as well, you know. So it should even go up a little bit more.
And so when they look at that, they say there could be a big threat. So right now, the person I even was talking to somebody from US, he was like, if US can not lose big to Jamaica, I said, guess what? I said, US is a team, Jamaica is a team that's in transition now. Players are coming in new. He said, yes. He said, but when you take a look at the US team, there are players who are going to be playing their second game and third game, right? He mentioning Jones and what's the other guy going that both of them are basic. So they don't have 180 minutes between the two of them.
But Marlon, when they done, you know, when they done more getting because when we can continue, you see them people in the chat, and them make nobody not like we, you know, because people, if you follow them people, you know, they're in the chat saying Trinidad are beating stick, you know. Then we in a history, which one of them we beat up Trinidad more than all them beat you up, Marlon?
Almost tied. I think.
Yes, very even, very close.
So then, all them become a beating stick. How we become
this was it. I think in the late 80s and early 90s, Trinidad used to have the best of us. Remember when Trinidad had it's called now Shell Cup. Trinidad had like 6 Shell Cup, Jamaica had like 1, and Jamaica went off on a run and rally up on them to 6. So I think it's around 6-7 or 6-8. The last time they played in 2013, Jamaica won on penalty when Schaefer was a coach. All right. So Trinidad got the couple Shell Cup. They were really Jamaica ran 3 back to back. Then 81-1. Curacao won the last one. I think Cuba won one as well. So since the 2000, they haven't been the best. So Jamaica have the best result since the 2000. I think Trinidad might be maybe 4 or something time.
Okay.
No, they losing the other day. So if you're looking at recent result, I think in the modern era of football, Jamaica had a better of them because
so they are our beating stick, Marlon.
I'm not gonna say beating stick. That's if you go by history, because first we say if you go by history, looking Jamaica, Trinidad was beating Jamaica way after. I said from 2000 coming up, Jamaica. Even
but Marlon, them in the chat, like I said, them never ban before 2000. So a foolishness we talk about them are beating stick, and that's the problem when them beat we, you know.
Right? And you see the thing about JD, as Angus Eve said, he said. A lot of young English players, the young Jamaican players, they don't know the rivalry between Jamaica and Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, and he was a part of that rivalry, so he knows how to wind up his players.
And also the Jamaican fans them do it for him as well. So we are doing it again. So I expect, all I'm telling the Jamaican players that are born in England, please do research, because we are not going to accept it this time. We have to go out there and beat them. You understand me? And we have to go out there and fight. Even if we lose the game, at least let me see some fight. Because we can't just lay down and make them beat we, you know?
Because even in Tapa regime, Tapa could want a player, so guess what? It's Trinidad. I know what Trinidad there already. You don't need to, but once you said Trinidad, you know the meaning already. So I think this coaching staff and the whole, there's nobody there that really knows what it's like. I think probably Taxi. Taxi and Blake. Taxi and Blake, literally.
Yeah. Corberg did it as well.
I remember Corberg playing Trinidad. Hold on.
Maps play everybody, so he must play Trinidad before.
Yeah, man, Maps.
So Maps can help the other Englishman them for no say them for left them foot out there. You know? Yeah.
Simon can give him a speech to, because Simon is a historian.
Yeah, man.
Simon. Oh, yeah, maybe Simon. Yeah, Simon. We'll finally find the reason for Simon now. Yeah, Simon have to give them the reason. Yeah.
It's one year Trinidad beat them in Jamaica. Hey, he could be one of the probably the worst thing happening as well. Because I know that Angus Steve gonna line up the team to really play a low block, to play safe. Right? I know that.
And we need to dig into that, Marlon. We need to dig into that. You think we can break down low block team?
Well, I think we have the players up front to do it. I think one of I don't see Batu and Abby. They're two physical players, right? Two players, 32 and 33, physical. But I think probably it's first in their life they're gonna find somebody playing up against Mikel Antonio and somebody with the pace, physicality, and although he's 33, he's still the same way, right?
So you think that it comes down to what Mikel Antonio does, because he has to push them back so the other wing flashy type players them have work room.
The wing players are going to be a threat for Trinidad. Jovan Jones is good, still experienced, but I think Liam Bailey going up against Jovan Jones could cover better of him. Williams playing right back. Amari'i Bell, whoever is over there, he's not the best defender, but he's big same way. I think in midfield they could probably compete with the midfield, Molina, Jones. On the wing, Levi Garcia will be a threat. Rampasad in the midfield as well. Would plays in Canada. He used to play for Halifax with Alex Marshall. So, but surprisingly, I think the biggest threat for me as a striker would have been Moore. Moore is not in the side, and even that game where Mexico had 30 shots against him in the last World Cup, Moore was a threat on the counter. He was the one who was terrorizing Jamaica backline. He's the one who actually scored on Jamaica as well in Montego Bay. So it's really I think Angus Eve went and brought in a new player from Vancouver FC. So
we have to wait and see what really comes out in their attacking threat. So we wanted to go through the entire tournament, to go back for Jamaica, but finish up because we want to bring in Jason as well.
But as I said, Kevin Molina back from injury. But it's not the same player he was 5 or 6 years ago, where he was one of the most dynamic midfielders or wide players in the MLS. So, but still has the quality the same way. But I think our midfield could still handle them same way. Whether it's Janso or Taxi, Janso or Russell playing that midfield. But I think Latibeaudiere will have to start as an enforcer, win the ball up there, because we need that. We need that against USA, actually, in the first game, right? We know, but it's gonna be an interesting tournament. If you look through the tournament on paper, this Jamaica team, as I said, Canada has a different whole look at it.
But Marlon, that's why we say we are gonna go through it. But all the point right there, so Marlon, because we are going to the bracket, to see how we evaluate it. So just calculate where you think Jamaica go finish, because of that we want to do. We still have almost an hour to go. People, make sure to smash the like button because we want to predict how far Jamaica go. Burke says Angry Angus and his weightless team will get a beating from us. I won't take away from him the fact that he's an excellent coach still. All right, massive respect. And then you big up yourself, Travis Pessoa. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Dockland said, did not know you were born on the best month. Good Lord. I don't even know how you have the best month. Happy Earth Strong when it comes Uber driver. All right, thanks very much. I don't know. You're just making up a story that I am a Uber driver, but you're lying. All right. JD, for me, if the coach stick with 4-4-2, I won't support him. But the problem is he never played 4-4-2 the last game. So that is the surprising thing, you know. He played in the Trinidad second game. He played 4-2-3-1 in that game as well. So are we watching the football? Are we just hearing other people telling you that he did something?
And that's the thing.
Sofa score.
But Jason,
4-4-2, so them now watch the ball and them see that.
But Jason, and that's why most of the time I'm watching football, I don't even follow sofa score formation. Because the good thing about AI score, when the formation is tweaked, sometimes you can see a switch on it. Right?
Yeah.
Even,
like as the game is going, they will switch it.
You can see it. Right? So even it was 4-4-1. Right? But I think against USA, I think against USA, you might find him using Latibeaudiere to be 4-1-4-1.
Yes, and that's what I expect.
Latibeaudiere, shielding the defense are Lambert. I think Lambert didn't do nothing but for himself against Jordan. But I think you're gonna find a way by stadium gonna shield. I don't see Latibeaudiere and Jonas starting. Like Jonas is more box to box.
Yeah, I agree with that, Marlon, because I think one of the things that I saw with Latibeaudiere in the central defensive in a double pivot is he tended to I think he was trying to be so impressive that he was like running everywhere on the pitch. And I feel like if you put him in a single pivot, right, it might just, he won't think he has to do as much of the work. He can just sit in that like defensive shield area and just shield the back four. So I do like the idea of maybe just saying, hey, we're going to put the single pivot in front, and that way the guy kind of knows like, okay, I am responsible for this section of the field, and don't give him as much license to do everything. Because I think that was the one thing I would say, like his positioning, he did get drawn out a few times trying to chase and stop and press. So if you give him a little less to do, maybe we won't see him all over the field as much. So I do like that idea of, giving him that devoted CDM6 role by himself and not letting them have to work off each other and say which one go forward, which one stay back. Just give him the role and just say, yo, this is what I want you to do. Simplify it for him,
All right. So let me hear it's neat up. Artelov said, bless up, Artelov. Hope all is well, you and the family. We may be in for a surprise. We have a strong team on paper. Our team lack chemistry, and no matter which team USA put out, they work as a unit. Trinidad and Saint Kitts also very strong. Yeah, but that's what we're saying, that's what we're saying. Big boss. That's what we're saying, man. Lance, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Richard Crawford says, Bailey and Whisper I go bun down America. Oh my God. So 2 players now. You upgrade to 2 players only. I gotta do everything. Good Lord. And those are 2 players that can't stop ball from going to the back of our net, because they don't actually help in no shape and form to stop ball from going in the back of our net. And that is a video that I'm gonna build separate. Separate. I'm not gonna call a name because obviously you know that my video people watches it and take my information. So I will do a video separate for that to show you what could be the downfall and the upside for Mr. Algrimson, what he needs to do, because obviously they have stats and they know what's going on. So let me see if he has balls, because he has to make some decision in order to win this tournament. All right, because we saw a lot of problems. Regardless of 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, 4 at the back doesn't suit Jamaica. We don't have the CM to cover the area effectively. At back, 3 at the back, more grown and easy to cover zonally. We're gonna do a video separate for that as well, Romai and Reed, because we don't have the time to concentrate on one comment, and some of these videos, some of these ideas need a video for itself, so we can break it down. All right, Whisper Crawford, we know what you're all about. Let me move on to the rest of the stream. Marlon, we're gonna just give the names, the 1-2, go through. So for Jamaica group, you have United States and Jamaica. Who first and who second, Marlon? So we can go to the next round.
I think it's a very complex. I see us drawing with USA. If we don't draw, we're gonna win them. But I think we can both teams going through. I think Jamaica will tap it on goal difference. I think
Jamaica tapping it on goal difference. All right.
They will know what they need to do.
All right, Jason, Jamaica group. Who going through? And position.
I will say USA first, Jamaica second.
All right, USA first, Jamaica second. All right. I think USA first, Jamaica second as well. All right. Yes, that's what I think. All right, and I think most people in the chat do believe that is USA and Jamaica, maybe flipping the group, the placement. All right, so for the next one, Marlon, because we're just a run through it, we will do a next video where we can break down everything. Group B, Mexico, Haiti, Honduras, Qatar.
Before I had Mexico and Haiti to go through, I think the Honduras team might squeeze them out. Goal difference.
Squeeze out 80?
Yeah.
All right, so you have Honduras and Mexico going through. All right, so that you have Mexico going through first, right?
As bad as they have been recently, I think they're gonna get better by a tournament, and they'll be having an interim coach watching them. So.
All right, so Mexico first and Honduras second. Jason, what say you on the Mexico, Haiti, Honduras, Qatar group?
Mexico first, Qatar second.
Ooh, and that's what the chat is saying. Mexico first and Qatar second. All right, and I went for Mexico first and Haiti second. That's what I went for. Tightest group. You understand me? Yeah, very tight group.
This group, I could say like 3 teams ending on 4 points.
Yeah.
Who does Haiti play first? Honduras, right?
Haiti play Qatar first. Mexico play Honduras first.
Ooh.
And then Qatar, Honduras second. Mexico, Haiti second. So I'm going for 80 making it through. 80 Honduras last. Qatar, Mexico last. Oh Lord. Oh, I said the wrong word in the chat. Oh my God.
Yeah, remember I came out and said Haiti, but I saw Honduras the other day. Wasn't looking the best, but I think they have an experienced coach with Concacaf. I think he can help them in the tournament. But it's between Honduras and Haiti to go through. The Haitian attack is gonna really be.
Keep sleeping on Qatar, yeah? Marlon, keep sleeping on Qatar, yeah?
Qatar have the best coach in the tournament.
This Haitian attack is even better than the Canadian attack right now. The Haiti attack there with Pierre Dujuan, Etienne.
Yeah, we know that. We know that. Now that's why I pick them for go through, Marlon. Now that's why me pick them. But you don't pick them. So you out here attack for 80 and you don't pick them for go through.
The defense will how the defense line hold up.
Their defense line is good as well. Difference line, right back, obviously, sometimes he likes to lean forward and get caught out. So that is good. Right sided centre back, definitely good. Range passing, elite. To be honest, I think he's one of the best range passer with Bernard in the entire competition. So they do have quality, man. And in midfield, Etienne, I think Etienne will be one of the breakout star in this tournament. I think Etienne will be one of the breakout star in this tournament. So they do have a lot of players on their team that I could see breaking out after this competition. So I think this group is anyone you pick beside Mexico, I am okay with it. But the fact remains it's Mexico first because I wanted to come back to Jamaica conversation. That's I'm running so fast. So the next group, Marlon, Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, Martinique. No Suriname, Martinique.
Costa Rica and Panama.
Costa Rica and Panama.
As poor as they look, I think El Salvador playing those two games in Asia against Japan and South Korea. They drew South Korea lose to Japan. It was a mistake. They should have stayed over here and fight two game and play.
Okay. You said that a hell of a beating. El Salvador will break them apart, and they are just gonna open the floodgate and lose all of the other games.
Costa Rica advanced because of their coach.
Okay. All right. So everybody's saying Costa Rica first and second. Jason, who are you going for? Big up Omar Falling.
Panama first, El Salvador second.
El Salvador. So Costa Rica not making it through.
Costa Rica is going out.
Costa Rica is going home. All right. And then we go to the final group now. Canada, Guatemala, Cuba, Guadeloupe. That's Group D, guys. Group D.
Canada first. Jano.
Picatina, G-Snake.
Guadeloupe second.
I go with Canada and Guadeloupe as well. Marlon.
I think second place will be decided by goal difference. I saw
goal difference.
Cuba against Uruguay the other night. They look very good for the first 40 minutes, although they lost. But I tell persons, the same like I tell Jay Taylor, it's not the Cuban team that you find 23 players coming after the first game. 6 of them defect, then the second game 2 gone, then end up with 12 players. These players are professional players playing for Cuba now. Right? Hernandez, Padilla, Reyes, they will be trouble finding the defensive line. So Guadeloupe, I think Ambrose and Peyton and Gavlin and these guys, they're gonna be trouble.
My goodness.
Canada make a gamble. They have a good the defense line is their strength now. Their strength. But I think because they have a game at home playing, I think that might be a big factor them winning the group and go through. So I think Canada with Guatemala. Guatemala is not conceding the goal. That's one thing about them. They don't score.
I'm gonna stick with Guadeloupe. I'm gonna go with Guadeloupe for me. All right, so we have all of the winners, guys. So according to what we said on the panel and everyone voted, Jamaica will be playing Canada in the quarterfinals. So Marlon, Canada versus Jamaica. Because that's what we're doing now, because we are running out of time, So Canada versus Jamaica, according to the vote. We're not here, bossy.
Jamaica should beat them. Canada beat Jamaica twice over the last 6 or 7 meetings. So I think Jamaica should get the better of them. I think the more this they're gonna be very, very dangerous. I had them going to the semi-final, but looking at the team, I think the more they play together with all the top players there, they will be very, very dangerous.
Wow. So this is tough, guys. This is tough, because how it sets up, if Jamaica comes second, guys, If Jamaica comes second, more than likely Jamaica will have to beat Mexico and Canada, to
just to
go to the
get to the
finals,
finals. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but
So really,
I have to agree. Yeah, I have to agree with Marlon though. If we do finish second and Canada first, I believe that with the lack of the mainline front players, I think it gives
mm-hmm.
us the little edge in that game. I think by the fourth game, you will see a better version of us as well after we play 3 games under our belt. So, as long as there are no suspensions, because we have to watch these cards in this tournament, and we can put out our best 11 in that game, I think we'll get the best of Canada on the day. So I'll put us through.
But you don't realize this. All people are talking about Marlon. United States can go straight back to the finals, Because if them win this group, them are go back to the finals. I tell you, Marlon, they are going back to that damn finals if they win our group, They are going back to the final. If Jamaica win the group, I think Jamaica making it to the finals. 100%. I strongly believe so.
So the other side would have like Panama, and what, Qatar. Like, who would be the teams in there?
Panama, Panama, Qatar, Panama,
Well, maybe Qatar. Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
EAD, Panama, EAD, Costa Rica, all of
But
those
not
teams that win the group. Anybody, yes, win the
yeah.
group. I gonna be over there, so. But me know say
Yeah.
over this side, that we're trending towards is over the side of Canada, Mexico. So we
So
have to win the game.
basically
Stronger
the first place in the group is really like, I mean,
Yes,
extremely
reward.
important.
yes. Yeah, so if you come first, more likely any one of these teams come first are the favorites to make it to the finals. So Jamaica has to fight. So the game against United States is the finals or the semi-finals to Jamaica, basically. Then, no, I mean, let me not type because people can click that and then use against me after. All right, I'm not hyping Jamaica that much, but if Jamaica beat United States, the it should be looking like we're trending to go on to the finals. That's all I'm saying. If Jamaica win United States, it looks like you're making to the final because we expect Mexico to reach there. We expect Canada to reach there. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know what people says in the chat as well. Let me go through this. Arthur Love said JD stats. And Marlon. 62 games between both. 25 wins for Jamaica, 26 for Trinidad, and 16 draw. Caribbean Cup, 10 titles for Trinidad and 8 for Jamaica. Who is the beating stick? People never look at nothing like that, Arthur Love. I'm telling you. Nobody looking at nothing like that.
So I said Trinidad had more than 10 wins against Jamaica. So since the 2000s, Jamaica run up on Trinidad big time. I think Trinidad beat Jamaica 3 times in that process.
Yeah. So the coach need to impress with first. Okay, so people not so sold on it, Marlon. They say the coach need to impress us more. But Marlon, before we close off the stream.
Bipolar bad, man. What we forget about the Mexico game? Or we that talk about the coach?
No, but what person need to understand, the coach, this is his first, second, third time the coach is going to have the full team. Not even the full team. The first time the coach will have the full team with all players. Right? The Argentina game, you didn't have Pinnock. Our backline was Damian Lowe and Maria Park. And he held Argentina to 1-0 down for most of the time, right? So you look at it now. Mexico.
But Marlon, we keep on saying the 1-0. The 1-0 was never down to Jamaica, Marlon. It was down to one man. You understand? It was not. It was not Jamaican player.
And the defenders were still there. But the thing about it, Mexico, he didn't have a full team as well. This is the first time he's having probably his best 23 players, right? So you will see what remember you have 3 players including, so you have an upgrade on quality with Amari'i Bell, right? We might say that Jamalo is not there, but Amari'i Bell is a big upgrade, right? Dishan Bernard is a double upgrade and Richard King, Topia or whoever, right? You look at you basically look at Latibeaudiere coming. It's another upgrade again. So plus you have a return of Andre Blake, right? Who will start in Concacaf, right? And you have Mikel Anthony as well. So that's another big upgrade again. So it's the first time we have 23 players that we will say is first choice.
David Scott said my mad. What am mad about David Scott? Please explain to me because I don't know. Oh, my mad. I figured out that I'm saying something wrong, like giving Jamaica too much credit. So I had to draw myself back to say, but I think if Jamaica beat United States, they are going to have the confidence to say that okay, we're going to this one game and beat United States. We should be good enough to beat the rest because we're going to be even better. That's all I'm saying. At least to the next round. That was the conversation to the next round. You understand me? So listen to me good. I was not overhyping Jamaica. One thing, you know, if I don't pick up for Jamaica, Marlon, them say me hate Jamaica. And if me talk for Jamaica, them say me at my mad. So I don't, it look like me have to start stream and make one talk because me can't say nothing. I'm gonna get beaten. Me get beaten for everything. Giovanni said, who cares about Caribbean Cup? That's like Nottingham Forest bragging. They are a back-to-back Champions League
But
winners.
that's just
Because Forest win way back in the day. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
So it doesn't matter. They're still when you go and you check Champion Cup winners, they're still the same way. Benfica hasn't won it for a while, and Benfica was one of the kings in Europe all the time. So the Caribbean Cup, when you check, it's dominated by Trinidad, Jamaica, I think Haiti once, Cuba once, right? And Curacao the last one. So that's the history.
Big up Issa Allen, massive respect. Trinidad beat our C team and a hype. A 3 them are gonna get okay. I thought they said we were hyping, you know. Big up yourself, Tennessee. Oh, you doing, man? Hope all is well, guys. Smash the like button. We have 200 people here. Hopefully, we have passed 200 likes. Maybe we haven't passed even 100, but my battery is already down to 30. So, you know the thing. Go. We are gonna try and see if we can stretch it to the 20 minutes, and then we chop up. But yeah, man, do your thing. Travis says, "All you cowards on here, when we beat United with Trinidad, USA, me no want hear no comments." Okay, all right, big bad Travis. My goodness. Big up yourself, man. People just guys, the team does not give nobody any confidence. We don't win a damn game.
So I revives. Are you saying that we will win the group? Because you say it's a straightforward pathway and you predict Jamaica will make it. So you're saying we will win the group, I revives. Let me know.
Yes. And that's all I was trying to say, you know. Anybody wins this group is a straightforward pathway. You get me? But why? Dean, how you doing, man? Yeah, man. Massive respect. This Gold Cup is for Reggae Boyz to lose. Yes. That sounds like an Arsenal fan. No, I just make my talk. I stand behind it. I said, if Jamaica beat United States, they're gonna go to the finals. That's what I think. Because I expect all the other teams to win their groups, and then all the teams that we expect to win will win, and then all teams will pack up over one side, and Jamaica will be over the next bracket. That's what I say. But if they don't win, I think Jamaica will struggle past the. If they go in the next tough group, I think Jamaica will struggle to make the finals. You get me? Because I don't see Jamaica passing Canada and Mexico in the same bracket. I think it's going to be a little bit of a stretch because they wanted reserve games. So no disrespect to the other teams, but they wanted not back-to-back strong teams, because look, Canada will be strong defensively, so we would have to put up more pressure to try and break them down. Then Mexico will come in with a defense, midfield, and attack strong team, so that is back-to-back. And I don't think we have that chemistry. We don't think we have that legs, because we don't talk about all of those things, you know. Those things are going to factor in legs, because all of these man's tired and done. You understand me? Coming in the tournament. Most of these mans in the Marlon tired in coming into the tournaments. So if we can avoid, some of them are drift as well. Yes, that is true. All right. You need a phone that can allow to switch batteries. JD. I might have more phones here. I have an next phone. So But maybe I have to leave, but Marlon have his camera on, so maybe I will just leave it. What you think about Saint Kitts? I think Saint Kitts is a tough team. That makes it they are physical as well. You get me? And that's the problem, you know. We don't look at the style that Jamaica plays, you know. Obviously, tiki-taka teams Jamaica can look good against because they just sit back and try counter. But physical team Jamaica struggle against, you know. People keep on not realizing what happened to Jamaica for the last 20 years in the region. When USA start to dominate Jamaica is when they start to try do possession football and speed transitions. And move away from the physicality. And that's when Jamaica barely win against United States. And they look more convincing, even when Jamaica team getting stronger. If they had these style before, Jamaica wouldn't have a chance or prior to beat them. Mexico, we seems to not do good against Mexico. You get me? For the longest time. Why? Because of the tiki-taka style. We struggle with those teams. But if we can stay in possession, stay in position as in the player, and we can make our tackles and recover without the tiki-taka style. Believe me, man. You know, see what reach that day against Jordan. The man them twist up Mariapa and Lembikisa. It was Mariapa Lembikisa, right, Jason? Mariapa Lembikisa upon one end. You know, so them draw we out, twist you up and go around it. That is what we don't do good with over the years. And I don't think it's gonna change over. Go ahead, Marlon.
What the Jordanians they realize, if you can catch him at the counter, right? And I think we're a bit overzealous in our attack at the time there. And as we said, Shamar scored the goal, right? Remember we had 2 chances and they went and equalized. A missed pass coming from half the right flank to the centre back and came. It was actually 2 passes in the attacking third. The cross came across. So I think that's something Hawkinson have to work on with the midfield and the defense there when they're attacking. Because everybody got caught out there.
But we want to touch something before my battery dead. People, we make sure to put like 200 likes on it, upwards of 200. Not hard to do because we have way more than that in the actual chat. So over 200, that is from a battery life, you know? Yeah. And my birthday coming up, so if you don't see me stream too much, you know, see, because I'm kind of busy, all right? Yes. So hopefully you understand that. But Marlon, we have a problem. We pick a little bit too much luxurious footballers in the team. You don't think that will come back to haunt us because of what we saw Mr. Algrimson did? Like his system that he played so far. It kind of want work arses in terms of midfielders. He does not use wingers naturally. Oh, the closest he's going to go is a central forward to an actual striker or 2 striker. You don't think that's going to come up? And the luxurious players that I think in a team that offers nothing defensive, maybe only one person offer 5% defensive. Out of that is Damara Gray. But Damara Gray, Liam Bailey, and a Whisper offers nothing defensive. Nothing whatsoever. You don't think that is going to haunt us knowing that we only have a few more players?
Well, I think the coach will basically put out his blueprint on them because it's a tournament now, and I think it's his first tournament, and he's a person who set up his side in tournament not to lose games. So I think he will put out that blueprint and tell them what they need to do. So, and remember, the quality is there. So a person who's not really working with it, right? I've said it to somebody the other day who's a professional player who was talking. I said that that's one thing they were lacking. The track back from the wingers, right? So I think the coach will he has actually 3 days with them. So I think he will put out his blueprint on what they need to do, especially against USA, because he knows that a game that he need a positive result from, and that game will really give them kick on to go through. And it will be really good for the coach if you can beat the host, the defending champion, in your first game, that you really set the tournament up for you. So I think he's working on that. I was watching the USA team training yesterday. I think defense they'll be good there. Although a lot of person in the West, they on the defender they really rave about is Miles Robinson, and persons don't really give Aaron Long and Miazza that high ratings. You know, Yellen we give the leadership from there. The midfield, I think inexperience in that midfield. If Jamaica can get a chance to really even Latibeaudiere hammer some tackle in that midfield and make them unsettle and get the wingers in the game, we could really have a good game against them.
Okay, because I think, Jason, that people click me right here. Our problems will come from left and right midfield going into this tournament. The two persons that I think can play the best is a player them that the fans don't want. I think you will see this tournament coming and Corberg playing more games than what you expect. I have to be honest with you. I think you will see this tournament come up and Corberg playing more games because I don't think unless the coach have to change his formation completely. Only way I see Leon Bailey, Damara Gray starting in the system is based off the coach changes the formation because I don't think they have the discipline enough. I just don't believe so. Even Kaim Paris seems like he struggled to play that deeper line. So clearly the 4-4-2 is just not possible at this point at the high level. And if you're not going to go in as Gamble, it can't work. I honestly believe so. So people, I don't think you're going to see any 4-4-2 from the coach going into this one because these players are just not that type of player.
Yeah, I think you make a good point about the luxury because the full like we've been wanting to cuss every left back and right back that we had for the last few times we play. And I think a lot of it stemmed from what you just brought up about, the players on the wing maybe not having the defensive
Yeah,
work
yeah.
rate required, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, football like life is about balance. So that I think you make a good point that we might have to sacrifice and not see all the flary attacking players that we want to see at the same time. It might be something that the coach has to go to if we're chasing a game or something like that. But from the start, the balance will be very important. So that's why I expect Bobby Reed to play a lot
Yes, Bobby
because I
Reed.
just feel like he's the one that no matter where you put him, you're gonna get the work rate both
But
ways.
but Jason, I think Bobby Reed will play a right or a left midfielder role. Like no, it's looking like that I'm destined to play now a right or left
Yeah,
midfielder because he's the only right and left midfielder you actually have. So you could see
yeah.
him and Corberg playing deeper, and then you will because you
That's the
have to
part.
use one a
That's the
luxury
part.
player.
JD, no, that's the part. Like for me, if Corey Burke is playing left or right midfield, yes, he'll give you the defensive work rate, but we can't just sacrifice the other end of the field just for
Mm-hmm.
defense, right? So for me, in that wide position, I don't know what he gives me when we do have the ball. That is my issue, right? Yes, I agree. He will give us the defensive work rate, but I don't think that his positioning in the defensive work rate on the wing is the best. I remember,
Okay.
like he'll do the work, JD. He'll get back, but that doesn't mean he's gonna cover the right position or the right space. He'll do the work, he'll be in the position, but he might not be effective. I think he's only effective when he's pressing from the front, from me personally. So, I agree that we need to find a player that can do the job, but I don't know if Corey Burke is the answer because we can't sacrifice one end of the field just for the other end. We need to find that solution where we at least getting something. And I don't think his defensive, even though he has the work rate, I don't think his positioning on that wing midfielder role is the best because I've seen him playing it and he doesn't quite deal with the overloads and the overlaps as well as a traditional wide midfielder would. So that's my only beef with that scenario. But
Mm-hmm.
I do think that the coach will have to get creative and find solutions because, is it that you try DJ in a wide midfielder role just because he can do the position and maybe the up
Mm-hmm.
and down a little better and the tactical awareness from that position might be better. So he has to find some
Or
solutions.
forced into make a complete different
Formation.
formation and system
Yeah,
to fit the
yeah.
players them that you do have.
Do you think that because a part of me wants to see what a 3-5 or something like that would look like, because if we're getting overloaded a lot on the wing, right, and we don't have the personnel for a wide midfielder role, would the wing back right centre back tandem work better against an overload?
Yes, yes, of course, of course. If you have three centre back, but look, how much centre backs you brought so far? 4 on the list, right?
Yeah, and one of them
So,
probably going to play midfield.
yes, one of them probably going to play midfield. So you have to look at the depth as well. But the only thing that makes sense is the 3 at the back at this point, or 5 at the back. But 3 at the back, pretty much 5 at the back, because
Yeah,
Amari'i Bell and those guys.
3/5. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
3/5. Yeah.
So I could see him forced to have a 3 system rather than an actual 4 system as well, based on the player that we do have. Because if he starts with a 4, he's gonna realize what he does not get from them. And I think he's a coach that makes the decision because he saw what fits. He saw what fits, and he's going to do what's necessary. But what I'm seeing is these players, and that's why when people hype in players, I don't jump to hype players, because I think it's a lot more you have to give for because even it happens at the highest level. I heard a man talking about Mbappe saying that he thinks he should win the Ballon d'Or as well, and the man said, but Mbappe, you score 1 billion goals, but you put the France team in the position. And me I laugh, come here and say, if people click my video and me and Jason are war, me I tell him say Mbappe had 0 defensive cover, and the reason why they took off Giroud in the game is to give spoiled Mbappe his wish, because he's not coming back. And sometimes you can't start from 3 goals down to say you're gonna outscore a team, because most of the time you're gonna lose that damn game, because it just takes organization from the next team. If one person not working back in the system, who in Jamaica team is as good as Mbappe? None. You understand me? So there is no luxury, is no time for luxury players. You have to do something on one end. You understand me? And that's what people don't understand you. And really and truly, I think it's Mbappe cost France the actual World Cup, because they were trying to facilitate him. And I was saying it live. So the fact that I heard big pundits saying it now, that he was one of the main reasons why they fell back. And obviously people would say Dembele as well. But Dembele was tracking back, Jason. He was tracking back. This man not track back none at all in the game. So guys, tracking back is important in football, because it's 11 players play the football in attack and also on defense.
When you look at the French team too, it's a situation where the balance on that side wasn't there, because Theo Hernandez is an attacking fullback. Mbappe
but Jason, a 3 goal him scoring in the game. So how can I add the balls to say that this man is the man that cost them the game? And then when people don't analyze the game, remember guys, I was doing it live and I said it was Mbappe actually cost them the game, because the man just decide say, yo, me gonna stay up on the left wing, me nah move. Then what the name, the boy name again? He's pretty much an attacking fullback, and the man up here try stay discipline, and him get carved up. You get me? So continue, Jason. Sorry to cut you off, but try to show people about football.
I was just saying the balance, and I think that one of the good things about well, I won't say good, but one of the things that I've noticed about our attacking, when we attack, when we get countered and we are caught out, the fullbacks are very high up the pitch. So I am wondering, maybe that's a strategy that Al Grimson will have to employ, where he says, listen, you see this right back and this left back, you guys just stay somewhat in line with your 2 centre backs if we're going to stick with the back 4, because we cannot handle the counter attack, the break. That is how I think 3 of the 4 goals that got scored on us were scored from like a long diagonal off of a counter, and they were just outnumbered, and once you're outnumbered, the defense tends to get in disarray, and that's what happened. You found left centre back way on the right side, right centre back way over there. So the stretching happens from being out of position when this play starts, right? So if they can just be a little more disciplined, because we can't create players that we don't have. If we know that we have luxury players, we need to set up the system according to make up for the luxury players. And I think that's something that Deschamps failed to do. That's something that Deschamps failed to do, and hopefully Halgrimson can realize, okay, maybe if Leon is on the right side or Amari'i is on the right side, yes, we're not gonna get that work rate. So Javane, Dexter, you guys need to sit.
Our
Basically,
midfielders need to cover and shield and don't go
yes,
forward and all sort of tactics now.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a part of the football, JD. If you're gonna play these
Lord
players,
God.
if you have players in attack that are quote unquote luxury players, right? You need to set up your system accordingly. You cannot go gung ho on that side if you know that side is the side that the player don't track. You understand? You have to know who your players are, and if you have to live with the good and the bad. No player is perfect, right? So
tell me, it's a lot of work coming. A lot of work coming. Travis, no man, they will have to work on it, Travis. They will have to work on it, Travis. I'm telling you, this coach has his work cut out because you're gonna see those deficiencies from those players because people don't improve over one day, guys. I'm telling you. You get me? JD Mbappe is a star. Him no need to track back. All Messi track back in a World Cup and actually put in tackle. Messi on a black lanes because it makes the team click to go back on the offense. So the man attitude is stink, man. That's why I'm talking about. We know she got Ballon d'Or. Him just sit down, man. Him just sit down. Hold on, Pinnock really not playing. I don't think he's gonna be playing for Dima for the first game. We don't know as yet. Jason, we don't know if we know Marlon off camera, so we don't know if Marlon's still available. But me that come to the end of the show right here. I don't know. But you guys let me know if you don't want to continue it and we just leave it on. I want to do anything. Okay, if we don't have other points, I don't want to chop up.
Yeah, it's up to Marlon still. I mean, I don't mind if you want the stream run for the 2 hour, that's okay.
For me, I don't really care, I don't really care, I already chop up all of my points. Boy, spoil Bappe. Yeah, JD, listen to you guys. I would like you to put together a strong Jamaican team for each formation. Yes, I think that's what we have to do coming up. So Marlon, you're gonna stay on live stream or I have to shut it off because I have to run in 9 minutes on my phone and 10 minutes, 10 battery life. We not hear you, Marlon. We not hear you.
Well, so by 4:15 and the other one now.
Yeah, man. So we have to just chop it off. We have to just chop it off after I go down to 2. So people, we do a good stream. I don't know how much you likes it. Have we passed 3,000 likes as yet? Let me know. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And look into what we're talking about, guys. So at the end of this, how much percentage you think Jamaica have a chance to win this Gold Cup? Jason, give me a percentage.
50.
50% you see Jamaica have. Marlon, what is your percentage? And let we get the chat giving the percentage,
I think, as I said, the players are there on paper. We have to see how they function as a team. As Jason said, 50, have it between 55 to 60, right? Because I think the more they play together, I think the better you will see them, right? And I think they will get sharper and sharper, and they'll be more functional as a team. So that's why I say coming out of this of the group, I don't think if I'm a team or a coach, I see this team advancing out. They're gonna get better and better. I wouldn't want to face them.
All right. So Danica says 25%. Texra, big up yourself. Michael Salda says 70%. It's just Justin, but my age is 75. All right, 60. If Pinnock plays 60%. All right. For me, I would give it 50 to 55% chance overall. Dexter says 45. So guys, we are going to be coming back on the Imaxit later, and all depends on what time we do that one. Yeah, I'm going to come back over the Imaxit to do something, or maybe tomorrow. All right. So thanks yet again for the continuous support. Please do smash the like button on your way out, share and subscribe. So Dexter 45, Warren says 33, Omar 60, Revolution 60, and Demo says 50. So people, 5% the battery depend. We out. Marlon, Jason, massive respect. Thanks for joining, big bosses. All right. Me no want this stream done and we can't lock it off. Peace out, people.
Wait, Jamaica 5% or your phone?
I might